Hear that wind. Right now it's 6. It's a first alert weather day for a very windy and snowy western Alaska. Here's a look at Nome from today, one of the many areas under blizzard and winter storm warnings. The system has caused a temporary pause of the Iron Dog snow machine race as competitors eagerly wait for their chance to finish the second half of this race.
It was blowing, so everything was drifting in. We were getting stuck in the drifts, and of course the drifts are real bumpy for the sled to go over. And so yeah, and then everybody was kind of falling off the trail because of the sugar snow.
We're going to have more on the Iron Dog in just a few minutes, but first we want to get right to Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry. Melissa, you said this winter storm will be on the move this week, so what can we expect next?
Yeah, Gus, and next on deck is Fairbanks. This storm is going to move into the interior overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. Now it's winter in Alaska. We expect wind and we expect snow, but this particular storm is sort of pushing those limits of certainly what's comfortable and what's even dangerous. Now for the western side of the state, blowing snow and even falling snow in areas like Kotzebue is going to continue overnight into tomorrow, but a lot of that moisture is now shifting east into the interior where we will likely see 5 to 10 inches. That is why we have a first alert weather day for you in Fairbanks and across the interior for Wednesday. Temperatures are also going to drop statewide as we head into this weekend, including for South Central and for Southeast. The center of the storm pushing just northwest of the Bering Strait. That is where we're seeing the highest winds right now. Blizzard warnings still in effect all the way down the coast with winter storm warnings and advisories as you head further inland. We are also seeing concerns for wind even again in places like Southeast. So be prepared for those continued impacts, but those impacts are quickly moving on to the east. You can see the purple on the map showing that heavy snow moving into the interior overnight tonight. It then slides into South Central where it will not be as heavy, but we will likely see 2 to 4 inches of snow tomorrow in Anchorage. And then from here, the storm making it all the way into Southeast once we get into Thursday. Right now, we're seeing temperatures in the single digits in Fairbanks where the clouds have arrived. Still mostly clear though in Anchorage, Palmer, and in Juneau where temperatures are holding on in the teens tonight. Looking ahead to tomorrow, snow showers in Anchorage, especially in the second half of the day, with highs in the mid-20s, low 20s in Fairbanks with heavy snow most of the day. Sunny another day in Juneau and Nome. You'll see more clearing and calmer conditions tomorrow. I guess I'll have a look ahead to that full 7-day here in a few minutes.
All right, Melissa, thanks so much. We'll hear more from her in a few. And now another big story we're tracking tonight. The Anchorage School Board is hosting a session right now to discuss the potential closure of 3 schools. Public testimony is expected while discussing the district's newest consolidation plan. You're looking at a live look from the meeting as we speak. Fire Lake, Lake Otis, and Campbell STEM Elementary are the schools in question. The school board is scheduled to vote on the closures during its regularly scheduled meeting next Tuesday, the 24th. We've got some more details about why these schools are being considered for closure and other changes with ASD on the table. That information now on our website. A PFD worth $0. You may have heard some political leaders say that's what you'll be receiving this year. But when we asked lawmakers in charge of the issue, they say that's not true. And this all starts last week when the House Finance Committee took the governor's $3,600 PFD out of the budget. That step, which lawmakers in charge of the budget call a normal step, has happened 5 of the last 8 years. Finance leaders say Alaskans will get a dividend. They just need to discuss how much they will build into the final budget. The House committee chair says it's likely to be between $800 and $1,400 this year. That after Alaskans received $1,000 last year. In a video posted today, the lieutenant governor made this accusation saying, quote, Juneau Democrats are betraying Alaskans.
The PFD didn't really get zeroed. It got removed for later discussion. So in 5 of the last 8 fiscal years, this exact same thing happened. There are members who would prefer to start at 0.
We don't yet know exactly where the budget is going to take us. But I can tell you as a rural legislator, I'm aspiring for the most that we can get in the PFD this year. And it's got to meet affordability and sustainability sort of requirements.
Lawmakers say this will not be decided until the end of session. We asked all 17 gubernatorial candidates, including Dahlstrom, about these claims. The lieutenant governor has not returned comment. You can read the other responses on our website and mobile app. And in Anchorage today, a woman is dead after being hit by a vehicle this morning on East 20th and Ingress Street here in Anchorage. The woman's death marks the first fatal pedestrian versus vehicle collision in Alaska this year. 15 people were killed in these types of situations last year. That's the highest number seen in Anchorage in the last 10 years. And as for Ingress Street in particular, police have increased their presence in the area the past couple of years to reduce these types of collisions. And it's also the target of a new road safety project coming next year. Leaders in Alaska are pledging to keep hope alive and continue the work of the late Reverend Jesse Jackson, who marched alongside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Jackson's family says he died peacefully this morning, surrounded by loved ones at the age of 84. Tonight, we look back at his impact in Alaska.
My constituency is the desperate, the damned, the disinherited.
In the 80s, Reverend Jesse Jackson ran for president twice.
His presidential campaigns of 84 and 88 were influential in how he conducted a campaign to really bring people who were locked out and left out.
Democratic Party voters in Alaska selected Jackson in the 1988 precinct caucuses.
Keep hope alive.
It meant hope for so many people.
CEO of the Alaska Black Caucus, Celeste Hodge Groden, said support for Jackson's Rainbow Coalition was made clear by Alaska's support for his second presidential campaign. Now she says it's time to carry Jackson's legacy forward.
One thing we really need to do a better job of is getting our folks interested in the vote, getting them participating in the process, getting our people registered, and making sure that they're educated on the issues, and then finally making sure that they vote.
Hope lies in us.
Pastor Undra Parker of Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church in Anchorage said Jackson influenced him personally.
He's left marching orders. He's left a movement. He's left footprints that if we don't know how to make footprints, we can step in his and start our own from there. We can move forward and keep this dream alive that we can have rights that affect everybody for good.
Augusta McDonald, Alaska's news source. The Iron Dog competition has been paused due to blizzard-like conditions in Nome, where the halfway point is. We've got Tyler Lane live in Nome right now with a look at conditions there and how this affects the race. Tyler.
Not too bad at the moment. Clouds are starting to roll in as we speak, but compared to what we saw the other day, snow, not so much, wind, not as bad, and the sun peeking through when it can. And the hope is those conditions improve throughout the rest of the trail so that these Iron Dog Pro Class racers can get here. At the moment, they are currently being held in Kotzebue until 6 a.m. tomorrow. That's going to cause a push throughout the rest of the week scheduling-wise, as Wrench Day has now been pushed to Thursday, and that is, again, is on account of the weather conditions throughout the trail leading up to here. Now, with that scheduling change, no others majorly affected at the moment. The halfway banquet still scheduled for tomorrow, and most notably, the race finish still on track for Saturday. I'm going to imagine these racers will be booking it after Wrench Day to try and make that work. But again, racers still in Kotzebue at this time. Almost the entire pro class, as we checked, has made it to that point so far. Racers still in route there can do so at this time. They just have to stop in Kotzebue until 6 a.m. tomorrow. Now, coming off of that, tomorrow morning, they will be released in course time order. So Team 14, they are in the lead in that category at the moment. They will be the first out onto the trail if they are allowed to go and en route tomorrow to Nome, and hopefully into better conditions like this at the halfway point. Tyler Lane, Alaska's news source.
All right, Tyler, thanks for your work out there. We appreciate you. Stay warm. And the grueling Yukon Quest Alaska Sled Dog Race has crowned a new champion, and it was an emotional victory for this year's winner. Fairbanks' own Josie Shelley dominated the 750-mile journey, crossing the finish line in her hometown, and it's her first time taking home first place, coming in as runner-up last year. Shelley finished the 750-mile journey in 9 days, 9 hours, and 11 minutes, crossing the line over 100 miles clear of her closest competition. Congratulations to Josie.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting Available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's News Source app.